Also in the news this week, the Tyler Glasnow trade and extension. This was a big deal for the Dodgers, and clearly knowing Ohtani cannot pitch in 24, and even though he is supposedly going to be back in 25, you don't know what you're getting then. They need to bolster what they have. The Tyler Glasnow trade should do that. Let's look at their rotation now that Glasnow is in the mix. It's starting to look better. It would look even better if you added Yamamoto to this list of names. It's Glasnow, it's Buehler, it's Ryan Yarbrough, Bobby Miller, who had a great debut last year, and it's Emmett Sheehan. Of course, Ryan Pepiot was supposed to be in that rotation, but he went back to the Rays in this trade. Now, in addition to the trade, of course, Glasnow, as a condition of the trade, actually, the Dodgers would not have done this unless it happened, he signed an extension. 5 years, $136.5 million. For Tyler Glasnow, that to me seems like a fair deal. He is one of the most talented pitchers in the game when he is on the mound. Problem is, he's not always on the mound, so he's not going to be a $30 million guy just at this stage of his career. But the Dodgers figure that he will be someone who can contribute more than, say, Rich Hill did, but they'll be counting on him for maybe fewer innings than they would from a Clayton Kershaw in his prime, for example. I don't know that you're getting 180 innings from Tyler Glasnow, but you still should be in good position to build your rotation around him and one more. They're going to need one more at least. And if it's not Yamamoto, maybe they make a trade for Dylan Cease or someone like that. But clearly, they still need to upgrade the rotation. The good news for the Dodgers, in part because of the Ohtani massive deferrals, is their position with regard to the luxury tax threshold. Now, they're over the first threshold. That's to be expected. But really, where they are is kind of enviable for a team with their resources because compared to the highest threshold, they've got a lot of room. And let's take a look at where they stand in the luxury tax threshold situation. All right, there are the thresholds for 2024, 237, 257, 277, and 297 million. The Dodgers right now, per Fangraphs, and this is an estimate, but it's a pretty accurate one usually from Fangraphs, they're at 255.7 million. So they're below the second threshold. And most importantly, they're about $40 million below the top threshold. And that's the one teams want to avoid. That's the Steve Cohen tax, the one that forces you to move your draft pick, your first draft pick in the first round, back 10 spots. Dodgers, like any team, would want to avoid that. And even if they sign Yamamoto, it seems to me that they're going to be in pretty good position to do just that, even while adding perhaps a few other secondary pieces. So, Yamamoto, the big focus, Glasnow trade complete. Once Yamamoto goes down, we're going to see a lot of other things happen, and we'll be talking about that and the pace of this free agency in the Inside Dish.